Okay, welcome to another video of the Target Individual Program, the Target Individual Experience. So I guess they're gonna engage in this heavy dose of surveillance in the home, remote monitoring, directing me to look at stuff. So for example, I made a peanut butter sandwich, and again I hold a knife in my hand. They started with the sirens, right? Walked out of the kitchen, turned off the light, car honking, beep. Okay, walked into the living room. I became, it's a mess. Look at this shit. It's like, what can I say? Walked here to go sit down. Looked at the folder, the red folder again. Oh, before I forget, so recently what they've been doing, they've been sending people on the bus with files, right? File folders. Let me find one. Let me show you guys. All right, so I couldn't find a bigger one, but these envelopes that you put, files in, right? Paper in. So they've been sending people on the bus, and they're coming in the bus and they're holding the envelope like this, right? This is what they're doing as they come on the bus. And I forgot about that. It didn't dawn on me until when I walked over to I walked over and got fixated on the red folder here. Okay, you hear the car honking again, bro? Very low now. Probably Mike ain't gonna pick it up, but this is what they've been doing to try to avoid being detected, right? When I do this recording, they've been doing very, very subtly, very low. So like I said, as soon as I walked past, I got fixated on the red folder, and then, honk, boop, right? And then followed by sirens, ambulance sirens this time. Okay, so yeah, so this is what they've been, heavy remote monitoring, heavy surveillance, again, because exposing what it is that they're doing. And I want to talk about this because I think I talked about this many years ago, because it dawned on me. I kept thinking, I was like, because I'm always trying to figure out what's going on. So in terms of what the super in Pam's building, when that woman stopped and was talking to him, what have you, and then he said, she asked, are these condos? And she, but again, it's all street there. It's a sense of subliminal message. So he starts pointing, he starts doing like this, right, to the next building over. But then he looks over at me as he's doing it, okay? And then he says the word condom. He said, over there is where the condoms are. And I'm like, so I was like, okay, you know what, I'm going to discuss this. So I remember many years ago, early on in my targeting, how, and I think that's where they used to do the glove thing comes from. Like, every time they would see me, they would take a glove out of their pockets, right? Or their coats, their jackets, and put only one hand, just, put on just one side of gloves, right? And I think I don't know who I was talking to about I was talking to somebody about this, maybe my brother or having. He was trying to tell me, he's like, how they used to try to send them subliminal message about not using condoms, not using protection. And it dawned on me that, because again, the color black, I talk about how they try to associate that, particularly with my son, my first son, that he wasn't my son. So they was trying to manipulate me. I think they were trying to manipulate me into not using condoms because they would take my son away from me and give my son to this black person. Let me tell you, these sadistic, evil mother effers, okay, this is what they do, okay? This is what they've been doing. And I'm sure they do this to many different people in different ways. This is why, particularly in the black community, black men and black women, don't like to wear condoms, okay? Because again, they don't understand that they're being subliminally programmed to not wear condoms, right? And so that way they can spread their rumors when they want to target whoever they want to target. They can send them honey traps, what have you. This is what has been going on. And I'm going to do a video, a proper video on this, because they have been many research on this, okay? And I think I might have read an article or two, maybe years ago. I'm not quite sure, but I need to do a video on this. I need to do a video on how we, as particularly not TIs, but me as a black person, as a black man, we as black people, how we're conditioned with this extreme outrage when we do something, okay, as opposed to when a white person does something to us, okay? We have this extreme outrage towards one another, right? But let a white person do something to us, and all of a sudden, that extreme outrage no longer exists. It's not there. So they've used all sort of manipulative tactics to manipulate us, to coerce us into doing things through psychological conditions, psychological programming. And once they start to see you deviate from that programming, or they use the program to try to set you up for whatever means. And the sad thing about it, I was talking to the soup, I said, he was like, yeah, even your own black people will do stuff to you, and it's true. It's true. But I want to touch on that because I am going to do a video on this. Hopefully I will remember this. I'm going to put it in my notes to make a video on this, make a video on the other one. And I got a couple more videos that I have to work on. I just gotta get the time, but targeting sometimes is very hard. And sometimes, when I sit in front of a computer, it really, sometimes it's traumatic when everything you type or everything is being said. There's like a car honking, my upstairs neighbor, banging on the floor, sometimes dropping stuff very, very hard to where it's like you give you a jump scare from time to time. This is the type of behavior they engage in. So it affects your nerve. I can get some noise headphones or what have you, but who wants to walk around wearing that shit all day? Not me. This is why I have to expose this stuff, because again, like I said, this is not just about me. Okay, it's about my kids. It's about Pam too, because she's been manipulated and she doesn't even know it. And when I try to talk to her about it, she doesn't want to hear. And that's the issue. That's why when certain people, particularly black people, when you tell them the truth, particularly black Christians, they don't want to hear it. The truth has become negative to them. So that's why they post shit on Facebook or talk about, I don't want no negative energy around me or whatever. They say that to people who speak the truth because they don't want to hear it. They say that about people who call them out on their bullshit. They say that to people who hold them accountable. See, the people who don't hold them accountable, they love that. They love to be told this. And what they don't understand is that is part of the conditioning, to create a narcissistic mentality, personality. Also, to not have us confront the things that affect us. So we run from it. We don't want to talk about it because it's negative. I don't want to hear it. This is the state of the black psyche. Okay? The Negropeans, the majority, the Negropeans. This is their psyche. And once you, as a person, once you become to realize what's going on, your behavior starts to change because you understand the negative programming. So your behavior will change, right? And they will attack you for that because now you're trying to make them see the truth, and they will attack you for that. They will. Let me tell you, I've been poisoned by black people. Okay, going to eat at IHOP every time, right? The 4 or 5 times last time I ate at IHOP, got food poisoning. The last time really, really bad. Really, really bad that I was so traumatized, I've never went back to IHOP again. Never ate there in over a decade now. Okay? Haven't been to an IHOP. There's an IHOP right over here. I don't go. I don't eat at IHOP. Okay? This is the shit that they engage in. And they will attack any one of us. Any one of us who's awakened. Any one of us who's trying to tell people the truth. They will set you up. They will manipulate you. They will use technology to brainwash you, to control you. Because we're not aware of these things, so, we think it's us. No, it's not. It is what it is that they're doing. Okay? And this is why when I post stuff, when I do certain videos, they don't want me to do. Because I'll show you. I'll give you the information. I'll show you, right? I'll show you where the information comes from. Okay? They don't like that, though. But that's okay. But I'll continue to speak the truth. Like I said, they will do anything to hide and protect their lies, and they will do anything to destroy the truth. Okay? And I think that's going to be what I'm going to say at the end of all my videos from now on, so that it's ingrained in people's mind.